Hello everyone, in this video we will see about the continuation of case study. We will see memory management, file system and so on in this video. So memory management of Linux operating system, Linux physical memory management system deals with allocating, freeing paging methods and group of pages and small blocks of memory. So paging is a main concept used in Linux operating system also. So the data means the main memory is actually divided into three zones. Zone 1 which is less than 16 MB, and zone high memory which is greater than 896, and zone normal will be from 16 to 896, and from 16 to 896 the data is or the space is divided into group of pages, and smaller block memory is under zone DMA, and high free pages will be kept in zone high memory mode. And managing physical memory is based on the paging and demand paging for allocating. So the physical memory is divided into equal block or equal size blocks of frames, and data is divided into the same sized pages, and the free frame is allocated with this page data which is required for execution. If there is no space in a main memory, then demand paging come into existence. So demand paging helps to swap in and swap out of data from main memory to hard disk and hard disk to main memory. Apart from this page management system, we have slab allocator for kernel memory here. So page is a physical division, but slab will be like the space which is continuous or non-continuous data to store a continuous page blocks. The kernel data is divided into objects, and these objects is divided into pages which is stored in cache memory. The data which is in the cache is stored as it is in the physical memory in the continuous blocks. These physical continuous pages is called as slabs. Next is virtual memory. So virtual memory system maintains an address space like a logical address space, and this logical address space is converted to physical address space called as pages, and this virtual memory is provided by the CPU at the time of process execution, or the logical address space provided, and this can be converted into a physical address space if the physical memory or the logical address which is not present in a physical memory. Then a demand paging come into existence, and demand paging helps to swap in and swap out the physical data to the main memory. The virtual memory management maintains two separate view of process. One is logical view, which describes instructions cooperating with a layout of address space. A physical view of each address space which is stored in a hardware page table for a process. Next, a lifetime of virtual address space under follows two situations. The kernel creates a new virtual address space when a process runs a new program with exe system call, or when a process is created by a fork system call. Then the lifetime virtual address space is maintained until the process completes its execution. Virtual memory with the help of swapping and pages, that's what we were speaking about. It is by using the demand paging. Virtual memory system relocates pages of memory from physical memory to disk and disk to physical memory with the help of swap in and swap out method. Paging system is divided into two sectors. One is policy algorithm decision, second one is paging mechanism. In policy algorithm decision, where the paging can be written out to the disk and can also write into the main memory with the help of policy algorithm, which is taken by the decision is taken by the policy algorithm. And page mechanism is like carry out through transferring and page data block to physical memory, and when they are needed it will be in the main memory. If it is not needed, it will be moved out to the secondary storage device. Next is file system. So Linux follows the same hierarchy or hierarchical directory structure or hierarchical tree directory structure which is followed by a Unix operating system. A directory is having a directory can have n number of files and subdirectories stored, and this hierarchical directory structure is again a logical view of file system which keeps track of what file is under which track. To maintain this hierarchical tree structure, there are n number of objects. One is inode object, which represent individual file object which represent only the open files, superblock object which represents entire file system, and dentry, that is directory entry object, represent individual directories file system. Next, Linux follows ext3 file system, which is a IEEE standard given to it, which is a standard. ext3 is a standard given to a disk file system in a Unix operating system. Previously, in the older versions of Linux operating system, used to follow extfs and ext2 types of file system, and underway we have ext4, which is having extra features, and now ext3 is also outdated and ext4 is under usage. Next is input output system. Linux operating system is a device oriented file system, so each input output system is treated as a file system, and data is cached in a page cache which is defined unified with a virtual memory system. Metadata is cached in a buffer cache, so each input and output system maintains a metadata or a buffer system which can store the input and output data and later can be utilized with the input output system. Linux splits all devices into three classes. One is block device, character device, and network device. Block devices are the random access to complete independent fixed size blocks. Character devices includes most other devices. They do not need support the functionalities of regular files, and network devices are interfaced via kernel network subsystem. Inter-process communication happens with Linux with the form of signal. If two processes need to communicate with each other, they follow the method of signaling, and the limit of number of signals they cannot carry information. Only the fact that signals occur is available in the process. Linux kernel does not use signals to communicate with process which is running in a kernel mode, but it can only provide signals to the process which are running for user mode of application. If it is in the kernel mode, then it has to schedule an process with the help of wait queue, and then it has to execute. The kernel mode inter-process communication has to be executed with the CPU as a process, then it can communicate the data. Also implemented with vUnix semaphores, like the semaphores method is used for sharing of data to come up with synchronization. The process can wait and signal for a semaphore, or semaphore scales better, and operations on multiple semaphores can also be used in transmission of data. Passing data between process is done with the help of pipe mechanism. Pipe is a transmission or communication channel between the process where data communication is happening. Shared memory offers extremely fast and fast for communication. Any data written by the process to be shared to a shared memory region can be read immediately by other process which is taking the data. To obtain synchronization, however, shared memory must be used in conjunction with another inter-process communication method. So to obtain synchronization, here in Linux operating system follows semaphores method. So I hope you understood these topics. Thank you.